Joining us today in the studio is the national champion, Shawn Ray. Shawn, welcome.
Hi.
Now, Shawn, I mean, your statistics here on your wins is pretty impressive. I'll just name a few of them. You were the Mr. Teenage America in 1985, the Junior Mr. World in 1987, the NPC California champion, and the youngest man yet to win the overall title in the Nationals. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, I won the Junior World in '85.
Oh.
Shawn, how did it feel? I mean, 5 months into bodybuilding, and you're walking away with 4 trophies.
It felt great. I think that was the deciding factor of why I got into bodybuilding. I played football for 10 years, and every year, after the end of the year, I'd get 1 trophy. And on this particular occasion, I walked home with 4 in one night, and that was pretty much the deciding factor of why I got into it.
I can imagine.
It was really fun.
Now, your parents divorced around 6 years ago. Do you think that had any impact or any influence on you choosing a solo career or sport such as bodybuilding?
Well, I've always pretty much been an individual. And as far as my parents breaking up, anytime you see a family unit divided, it opens the doors for a lot of, mishaps. A lot of people could have got depressed and a lot of emotional strain and stress. But for me, it was a learning experience. And as a matter of fact, it kind of brought our family closer together because me as a bodybuilder and a football player at the time, we had a lot of things in common as far as my mom and my brothers all coming to my games and stuff like that. So it got us a little bit together, and I took out most of my frustrations from the divorce in the gym.
Mm. You know, there's a lot of controversy, too. The topic comes up constantly. I'm sure you've dealt with it. But many people, especially lay people, find it inconceivable for someone to be able to build a physique such as your stature without some type of chemical enhancement. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think the drug issue in itself is overrated. It gets too much publicity and too much press. There's 2 sides to the drug issue, and one on the negative side is that the drug issue is not solely confined to the bodybuilding as a sport. It trickles into football, track and field, and powerlifting, to name a few. But on the positive side, along with Ben Weider and the IFBB, they're taking drug tests now, and they're testing all the professional women, along with the world championships for men. And it's just a matter of time before they get it into the professional ranks, and those are good positive steps.
You know, and reference to your championship, this NPC, this latest win you had, there's a lot of people that are inquiring about your posing routine. They find it very creative, very artistic, a very beautiful thing to watch.
Right. I think one of the most important things besides having a nice structure and a beautifully defined physique is the way you display it. And when I step on stage, I'm displaying my emotion and my feeling in tune with the music, and I want people to be a part of that when I'm on stage. And if I can become real dramatic and graceful and everything, I want people, when they're watching me on stage, to feel as if they're watching Baryshnikov dancing, or Muhammad Ali boxing, or Bruce Lee doing his karate acts. I want them to feel as if they're watching something real special take place, because that's the way I feel when I'm posing on stage.
Real quickly, Shawn, what's in the future for you? What's going to happen to Shawn Ray after bodybuilding?
It's so far away that I really can't project it, but I'll more than likely apply my sociology degree and do some counseling for the juvenile delinquents and try to help them get on the right track, as well as, like I told Gil before, I'm going to take his position. He's out of here. He's out of here. I'm going to be the new host of this show. I came in as a new sheriff.
I think you're a little too young, Shawn. But,
there's a lot of things I've got. There's so many opportunities for me, and bodybuilding's opened a lot of doors for me. So when the time comes, I'll weigh my odds and ends then.
Thanks for appearing on the show, Shawn. It was great to have you, and you got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. So, Shawn, let me ask you, when do you think you'll be ready to compete and win at the professional level now?
Well, in May of '88, I'm going to plan on going into the Night of the Champions, and I believe that's when I'm going to be ready to win and get ready for the Mr. Olympia after that in September.
That'll be at the age of 22, entering the Mr. Olympia.
Right. It's a big one, and I think I've seen it so many times over. I'm ready for it. I can't wait any longer.
Well, you're going to be going up against greats like Lee Haney, Rich Gaspari, Mike Christian.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and Mike Christian's a friend of mine, so it's going to be a little exciting from that standpoint of view.
Tune in as we search the country for its best-built bodies.
Right here on American Muscle Magazine.